Live from the Cajun capital of the world.
I'm the average Lafayette, Louisiana kid.
See, I'm back on my...
Hey, fellas. Hey, Brady Review said, congratulations. Say what's up, y'all. Yeah!
People that have courage don't have no extra gene and no difference in you. The difference is, are you going to sit down when it's time to stand up?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another edition of Rage and Review post-game edition. Cajuns with the 5-4 win over the Chanticleers for the let's see, 1, 2, 3, fourth time in 5 games in the past week. Boys, that has been a lot of fun. I got the unmuting over here. We got the boys sitting in Cole's backyard. Boys, what's going on?
What's up? How about them Cajuns, baby? Cardiac Cajuns.
Well, that is something to call them. Yeah, this is actually appropriate for our group chat, but we won't get further into that comment right there. Bryce chiming in, talking about Herman Brash with a good enough start from JR. I think that is certainly the case. About the offense and 15 strikeouts, we can chat about that later. Right now, we're talking about Natty Daddies. We're talking about the win. I got a Miller Lite here, boys. It's a lot more fun to win than it is to lose, even in a close game. I'm feeling good about it, guys. Feeling good about it. How you guys feeling?
Relieved, very relieved. I mean, after last night, I mean, that was traumatizing at 1 a.m. when you have a 3-run lead. And then tonight, you get a little bit of deja vu. And after such a demoralizing defeat last night, you get real nervous about today because you're playing a team that you've beaten 3 times in the last week, a team that was also a runner-up from last year, our national runner-up, and you realize they're licking their chops, but yet tonight it just showed that this team, our team, the boys just don't quit, man. They just keep going, they keep fighting. And you know what, I got to give a shout out before we say anything about the game. How about J.R. Tillett? What a way to redeem himself tonight. Great performance on the mound. I think he went, about 4 innings, guys?
Yeah.
4 innings. I mean, what a way to battle for JR, man. He needed that performance tonight. He stepped up at the most important time when pretty much the season was on the line. So shout out to JR. And the guys swung early. They got on him early, and it was just a good way to hold on to the lead for the most part. And now, I mean, we're sending Coastal Carolina home. And not only are we sending them home, we've beaten them 4 times in the last week, and I think we've pretty much solidified a regional spot for the 4th time in 5 years. So very exciting. The place was rocking tonight at Cole's. At Cole's, what you call it? What's it?
Gilbo's Bar and Grill, baby.
Gilbo's Bar and Grill.
I love it.
And so, yeah, man, it was great. It felt like Section 8 for a little bit, especially at the end. We were biting our nails, but Cody Brash came in the clutch and closed it out for us. Thankfully, the umpire called it a strike 3 this time and didn't call it a ball. Praise the Lord. So, man, we're moving on tomorrow. We get another shot at the Bobcats, and let's just keep this thing going, man. We're enjoying this ride.
Yep.
All right, well, let me take a break. Let's thank our sponsors real quick. Let me regather myself, and then when we come back, we'll get into it again, boys. Appreciate you all for joining us. Stick around. We got to thank our sponsors. Give us your chats. Send us your comments. I'll open up the phone lines in a bit. Right now, thank our sponsors. We'll be right back.
We'd like to thank the following partners who make Rage and Review possible. Our title sponsor, the Best Stop Family Market, with locations in Katy and Baytown, Texas, Toledo Bend, Karen Crow, and of course the official location opened in 1986 in Scott. Visit the best stop and ask about the Rage and Review tailgate platters. Gulf Coast Bank, title sponsor of the Tailgate Show every Saturday 3 hours before kickoff. Planet Radio 106.7, Lafayette Roofing, The Yard Goat, Yes Please Branding and Marketing, Old Time Grocery, Stride Safety Solutions, Eat Lafayette brought to you by Lafayette Travel, Rage and Hydration, and Dr. Brett Venable at Recovery Chiromed. And we'd also like to thank our Patreon sponsors listed here. For only $2 a month, you too could have early access to uncut interviews before they air here on our shows. You also get an exclusive Patreon icon next to your name on Cajun Threads, the official message forum for Rage and Review. If you are interested in joining as a Patreon, visit us at patreon.com/Rage and Review. Thanks to all of our corporate and Patreon sponsors for making this show possible.
So, boys, Nick has some connection issues. I know he's rebooting himself. Hey, it's been a while. Nick, welcome back, baby. Hey,
Man, I'm telling you,
listen,
you guys are here.
Hold on. Wait, you got dragged today for your Lafayette internet. And look, once again, it let you down a little bit. So I don't know if you need to upgrade your mom and your daddy. But we might need to have a conversation, Nick. No matter what, let's get back to the boys. Hold on, wait. What a way to finish the game tonight after the way that last night ended. CDS was starting to rear that ugly head. And I just, a couple of natty daddies fixed that real quick. Cody Brash coming in. What a decision by the coaching staff to bring in Cody in a really tough spot, because we were expecting Cody to be able to go tomorrow, which he still might be able to do. But, man, to make the decision to bring in Cody Brash, who has been your Friday night guy for the second half of the season, to come in and close the deal out, took some nuts, if I'm being honest with you. And tonight clinched it, if I'm being honest with you, Nick. We've had text messages, and for you, for the last 3 days, we've been going back and forth as a group where we were saying, are we in? Are we out? What do we need to do to be in? What do we need to do to be out? And I think we're in, Nick. I mean, to take 4 games from Coastal in 2 weeks, in 1 week, a week and a half, is impressive. And we're talking about a team that is still in the top 20 in RPI. So now listen, I know that Texas State has taken 4 games from us. I'm going to give Texas State all their flowers. I believe they should be in too. In saying that, I think this is a 4-bid league. I really do. And but tonight, let's get back to the point. The boys got out to a 5-0 lead, and they were able to hang on. And I'm laughing as I say that, because we know the way that things have transpired over the last couple of weeks. But man, tomorrow's going to be fun, because all you got to do is give me one against Texas State, and we have something to talk about going into Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, so here's my question. I am reading the Sun Belt Baseball Championship schedule. And let me go into Saturday. Give me 1 second. Do you guys know off the top of your head what time we play tomorrow?
I was told 10 a.m., Nick.
All right. Let me see if I can pull it up. This I got to tell you, this stupid schedule with this stupid website. Everything with the Sun Belt Conference in this tournament is pissing me off. But it looks like Saturday, the loser of Game 10 will face South Alabama tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And then Texas State, we will face them at 10 a.m. Central tomorrow at Riddle Pace Field. Will be an interesting decision. I think the team packed the bus in case this happened, because they may end up staying at Troy. We'll see. I'm not sure if they're going to drive an hour back to Montgomery tonight just to turn around and drive an hour to
I'd be surprised, Nick, because you're absolutely right. The game tomorrow will be at Troy again. And just to let you know, I got a big TV right here. We are watching the Troy and Southern Miss game, top of the ninth with 2 on, 2 out. Troy at the bat. I mean, listen, and I want to tip my cap again to Troy. Troy, they don't have the best overall record, but obviously they're top 10 in the country in strength of schedule. They're in the top 30 in RPI. this league could be a 5-bid league if Troy can get the job done. But I tell you what, I know most of the guys here, we're pulling for Southern Miss because we know a win by them would go a long way for the Cajuns. But bottom line, again, we took care of business tonight, and that's really what matters.
Hey, boys, how about we get the golf clap to J.R. Tillett? This is the J.R. Tillett we needed to see, and I get he got into a little bit of trouble. But, man, that is exactly what we needed. And, you know, we may not win this tournament because of the really tall hill we've got to climb in a little bit. You know, that's going to be really tough for us to go back and get those wins with what's left of our bullpen, whatever that looks like. And we'll talk about pitching tomorrow. But he's back, guys. He's back. This is the JR that we wanted, and here we are. You got to love it, boys. I see you there. I see you with your fist pump there, Mike.
I just want to emphasize how big JR stepped up tonight. You know, after a season he's had, it doesn't matter what you've done, right? When you get to the conference tournament, it just matters that you show up. And JR showed up in the biggest moment probably of his life. This was the biggest outing he's had. This is the outing that we knew he can throw, and he showed up at the right time. This guy took down Coastal. It started with him. And I thought every decision made by that staff going after JR to go to Herm and then you go to Brash was perfect. I thought everything, the whole pitching staff, that how they handled it was perfect. I thought the guys that were on the mound commanded the zone. They threw strikes. There wasn't many gimmies. And look, that is a really good Coastal team, right? They hit the ball really well. But at the end of the day, our pitchers showed up. JR showed up. Herm showed up. Brash showed up in the last inning when I was having PTSD after last night going into the ninth inning, and we're all standing up stressed out, and Brash shuts them down. I just can't emphasize how good this pitching staff was tonight. That like Jerry said, the offense jumped on them early, but I feel like I just want to give praise to that pitching that really took down this Coastal team.
I want to address this. Jake's coming in the chat saying we love Degs. Look, I will just say this is going back to the guys who show up on the podcast every week now. I don't know that any of us said we hated Degs to begin with. I know that some of us were very frustrated and continue to be frustrated with some of the things that Degs does. But as far as hating him or loving him, look, the guys are playing their asses off right now, and he still drives me crazy as a head coach. And I think that's just in his DNA to coach the way he coaches, but he drives me freaking crazy. We got RC on the line. RC, what's going on, man?
What's up, boys?
Oh, I get a lot of fist bumps from the crew over at Cole's Place. What's going on, baby? How are you in the middle of nowhere? How's that going for you?
We fucking won. That's all that fucking matters.
That's what I'm talking about. I see some people saying cold beers at the Hilton in Laffey. What you drinking right now, man?
Man, we done ran out of the white cans. We're on the Coors Light right now.
Oh man! So you want to tell us where you are? Or you want to keep that a super secret?
We're in God's country. We're in Dixon County, Tennessee, baby. Dixon County. Y'all come visit.
I am shocked that you didn't make a joke about me in Dixon County today, but I will put that a feather in my cap for thinking of it before you. Talk to me a little bit about we're not going to go there. Stop talking. J.R. Tillett. Let's talk about him first. Let's talk about J.R. Tillett. Ryan, how impressed were you with his performance today?
What did Matt Diggs say whenever we talked about the tournament before it started? He said it's going to count on J.R. Tillett. And look what happened. Look what happened. J.R. Tillett pitched his fucking ass off, and here we are again. Beat Coastal 4 out of 5 times. He shoved it down their fucking throat. Big Herm, you can't say enough about Big Herm. Can't say enough about Cody Brash. But we jumped on him, held on for dear life. I guess that's what we have to do. I think Cole said something, or somebody in the group chat said, I would rather have a 1-run lead in the ninth instead of like a 4-run lead.
Completely agree.
And what happened?
Completely agree. And that was Cole. Cole's giving himself credit.
It's insane.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But Shout out to the pitchers, man. They held it down whenever it mattered. I can't say enough about Herm, man. Like Herm is Herm, But J.R. Tillett, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I agree, man. Hey, man, tell all the people over there I said what's up, especially, Scotty Too Hottie. That's my girl. What's up? That's my girl. But yeah, man, appreciate you calling in. Any final thoughts? Tell me what you think about tomorrow. It's going to be an uphill battle, but are you feeling confident in us, one, getting into the tournament, and two, do you think we can win two tomorrow?
I think we're in. I think we're safely in. Tomorrow, I think we just kind of go Johnny Holstaff. I don't really give a shit about Texas State. They could go the fuck to the Pac-12. I don't give a shit. Like, we're in. Who cares?
I'm with you. Well, RC, appreciate the call, man. Chime in later, call in later if you want to, but it's good from hearing from you. Keep in touch, brother. We'll win two tomorrow.
Last thing I want to say, tits out for the Cajuns, baby. Tits out, baby.
And with that, we'll talk to you later, RC. See you, man. Gotta love it. Like I said, somebody else just said that in the chat. I don't think they knew how relevant that was, but hey, whatever. We'll take it. Boys, here's my question. And I think, in my opinion, the answer is Pruitt gets the start tomorrow in the first game against Texas State. But I do want to ask you guys your thoughts on who is our first game Saturday starter tomorrow. Whoever wants to go first, give me your thoughts.
I think he might have froze out.
What were you asking, Nick? It looked like he froze out for a second.
I'm sorry. Yeah, well, it was great Cox internet. So, are y'all okay over there? All right.
Shit. Got a bunch of dogs here, Nick. That's why we win the games, baby. We got some dogs in the building.
As I was saying, who do you think gets the start tomorrow for the Cajuns? I'm going with Pruitt, but really it's all up in the air. I see you nodding your head, Jerry, if you guys want to go from that section to you to them. I mean, y'all tell me.
We were actually talking about maybe putting back Cody Brash. I mean, he had about 15, 18 pitches tonight, and I mean, he's Cody is Cody. I mean, you know if he goes tomorrow, he'll give you a good 5 or 6. You want somebody. I mean, look, this is a quick turnaround, right? I mean, it's 11 o'clock at night. The team probably won't get to bed till almost 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Got to be back at the park early for a 10 o'clock first pitch. I know Cody pitched a little bit tonight, but if there's anybody I can depend on the mound right now, I would say it's Cody Brash. I mean, why not? I mean, at this point, we're pretty much in the regional. We're in. So I would say just go with him and see what he can do and see if we can win that first game, because we do have to beat Texas State twice tomorrow. But I don't know about what you guys think. I'd be cool with putting Cody back in.
So let me say this, Nick. You got to play Texas State again, right? And you cannot afford to let Texas State beat you for a 5th time. With that to be said, you have to have your best on the mound. Your best on the mound has to be Cody Brash. Now, to that to be said, you don't have to start Cody. I mean, we haven't seen, Garrett Carter yet. He could start and give you a couple of innings just to get you over the hump. But at some point tomorrow, we're gonna see Cody Brash again tomorrow. It's got to happen. You have to have your best on the mound. Now, if Cody Brash does start tomorrow, you won't see him for the rest of the weekend. But I think most Cajun fans, at least the realistic ones, would be okay with that. Nick, we're in. Tonight, beating Coastal for a 4th time in a week and a half, especially a team that is a top 20 in the RPI, is massive. You are in. So what I'm saying is tomorrow what we're playing for is not to get beat by Texas State for a 5th time. With that to be said, give me my best guy on the mound and let's roll the dice and see what we can do. Guess what? If we win the game and you got to play Texas State for a, an if necessary game, so be it. But I'm going to put my best guys on the mound tomorrow. I know Cody Brash has only thrown like Jerry said, maybe 15 pitches or so. Put him back on the mound tomorrow, even if it's in a reliever role somewhere in the middle innings. Just give me my best guys, whoever's available, and let's see what we can do. Because, by the way, this offense is very hot right now. I know that we kind of dulled out in the second half of the game tonight, but to get out to a 5-0 lead against Coastal is hard to do. Not very many teams did that this season. We did. So, I mean, I love what the offense is doing. We're doing enough to win games. And lastly, Nick, I want to give a shout out to one guy that's not here tonight. He lives out in Patterson, Louisiana. Kevin Dore has said all year long, all season long, especially the second half of the season, that it was going to come down to Tillett having the game of his life in the tournament, and that was going to be the make or break of the tournament. And guess what? J.R. Tillett, through arguably his best start of the season tonight, gave us 4 innings and only gave up 2 runs, and the Cajuns were able to take advantage of that. Kevin Dore strikes again. I wanted to tip my hat to that young man. But lastly, and I want to let Mike touch on him, Andrew Herman. Andrew Herman comes out the pen when he didn't have to, when he was on short rest, when everything was stacked against him, some soreness, everything. And he gave you 5 innings, or 4, what was it, 4? He gave you 5 innings of great ball. Now, it got away from him late, which it sometimes does, but Andrew Herman absolutely kept you in the game until the 9th inning. And just what a great job once again by the coaching staff to kind of manage that bullpen tonight. It was a night and day difference from last night, as we're happy with. But no, I'll turn it over to Mike because I know he's got some thoughts about Andrew. His presence in the game tonight was very calming for all of the fans.
Yeah, and by the way, before you go, Mike, I do want to tell Darren, sometimes you have to call in twice. Be sure to hit option 1 when you call in. That'll get you into me. If you hit option 2, it'll get you somewhere else. 866-454-RAGE. Call in. Let us know your thoughts. All right, go ahead, Mike. What are your thoughts?
Hold on, Nick. Hey, I just want to remind the fans at home, if y'all are not tuning in, we have it on the big screen right here. It is 6-2. Troy is up in the bottom of the 9th, but Southern Miss does have the bases loaded with 1 out. 1 swing could tie this baseball game, and if you are a Cajun fan, you should be pulling for Southern Miss because that would be a very big RPI boost to the Cajuns if they were able to win this ball game. So I will turn it back over to Mike. I want him to talk about Herm. I just want to talk about the win in general because, man, it feels really good beating Coastal for a 4th time, Nick.
Didn't even know Herm was even coming in after JR, right? He comes in, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, and 9 strikeouts. Faces 20 batters. The dude was phenomenal, right? Kept them off balance. And Herm is a off-speed thrower.
By the way, did you see the look on his face? He was so focused. And
he was locked in.
The look that he wanted to shove it at their ass. It was fantastic.
Completely locked in. I can't emphasize how good Herm has showed up this year. We have seen a different Herm this year than we've ever seen. And this is a guy that he could have left. He could have just hung it up, right? And he comes back and completely dominates the season, right? 4 complete games, tied for lead in the nation, and he completely shows up in a tournament when we absolutely need him. The dude went off today. Everybody in his pitching rotation went off tonight. It's just so impressive what they done tonight.
It's funny how we went from like the two extremes. Like last night was such a kick in the gut because we should have won that game. And man, raise your hand if CDS crept in tonight when we were in the. I mean, my dad was here. He came in here. Of course, we lost the internet, so I had to figure that out. My brother and I watched the whole game together out here at my parents' house, and we were just like, "Here we go, man." We just felt it coming. Here we go. But Brash is one of those guys who has that dog in him, man. We talk about having that dog, and that dude has that dog, and I couldn't be prouder of the way this team responded tonight. But it'll be interesting to see what the pitching decision is tomorrow. Lots of opinions on what that looks like, but regardless, I think the Cajuns are safely in. And before I turn it back over to you guys, I do want to talk a little bit about RPI because that's one of the things that we keep an eye on, especially right now. Things to look at right now, Louisiana is back to number 36, which if they finish the season there, I'll be happy because I love that number. But Cajuns are at 36 in the RPI. Texas State, without playing tonight, drops to 40. I think they were ahead of us before today's game, but they dropped to 40, and then Troy is now at 41, but of course that'll probably change after tonight's win. So, guys, RPI working in our favor. I will tell you in a second about why I am nervous until, I mean, unless we win the Sun Belt Conference. I'll tell you one reason why I'm super nervous about the committee and the decisions there, because I kind of hinted at it on Twitter earlier. But guys, right now at 36, I think we definitely, obviously, I think we're in. There's no way you can deny a team that just went 4-5 against the defending runners-up, along with beating USM, beating LSU, having one of the toughest schedules, especially out of conference in the country. The Sun Belt, guys, Sun Belt deserves 5 teams. Will we get it? I don't know, but Sun Belt deserves 5 teams, and I think right now we're making the case for that.
No, so we were actually just going to touch on that. We definitely deserve 4, and from what I'm seeing from Troy, man, they're trying to do everything they can to get into this tournament. So the knock on Troy, even though they are a top 10 SOS in the country right now, is that their record is what, Jerry? Maybe 31 and 27. So that's not a very good record for I'm going to call it a non-Power 4 team, even though it's not football. That's the best way to describe it. If you're a non-Power 4 with a just outside of 500 record, usually you don't get in. Now, a credit to Troy for playing that tough of a schedule. But at the end of the day, I honestly believe this, at a minimum, should be a 4-bid league. As much as Texas State's done, you can arguably say they've done more than us. They should be in. I think the Cajuns should be comfortably in as well. But Troy is the outlier. If this is a 5-bid league, that is a historical mark for the Sun Belt. It's something that we're going to use going forward, and this league's only going to get better. We're getting Louisiana Tech in here next year, Nick, and you know, as much as we go back and forth with those guys, they can play some baseball as well. Louisiana Tech can add a very good baseball element to this conference. So, man, a 5-bid league sounds great to me. 4 sounds wonderful as well. I think, though, that obviously Southern Miss is in, Coastal is in. That's your 2 locks. Texas State is probably the 3, and UL is comfortably the 4. I think this is a 4-bid league as of tonight, Nick. I really do.
All right, checking up real quick on the Southern Miss game, because I'm running one thing off of a phone and one thing off of here right now. 6-3. Troy in the bottom of the 9th inning, but I think there's a pitching change going on right now because USM is threatening. So that will be interesting. Yes, we are. We up
Nick,
lately. Yo.
A grand slam wins it for Southern Miss right here.
Well, don't put it past them.
Oh, no. I mean, anybody that has paid attention to Southern Miss in the last decade, there is a reason they have 40 wins in the last every season for the last 10 years, and a long ball is a part of that. Now, this year, their offense has not been their strongest suit, but they have dudes on this team that can put the ball over the wall and win this ball game. And like I said, I mean, they rooted for us against Coastal, and we were able to take 2 out of 3 to springboard them to first place. I mean, I'm going to return the favor tonight. If they're able to get the job done tonight against Troy, nobody in Lafayette, Louisiana would be upset about that.
How do you say that name? Villan or Villian? I don't know. I'm Kunas. I want to say Villan, but I know Alita Villian or Villan. That's my girl. I don't know if you know her, George, but love that last name. I know y'all run Maurice, so that's awesome. Bam in the house. I think, is Bam there? Do I see Bam? What's up, Bam?
That's me, Bam. What's up, Bam? Go Cajuns.
But I did want to, you know, while we're talking about RPI, look at the RPI right now, and of course Troy, like I said, is at 41. When you look at Q1, they're 6-9, which is pretty good, man. Q4 is 4-4. Q3 15-11. The only thing, like you guys said, is 30-27 is not terribly impressive. But if you're SEC, well, holy cow! I mean, that gets you a host spot, you know, at barely almost 500. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Troy. I think I agree with you, Cole, that I think Texas State has made the case for themselves, especially beating us 4 times in one season. That is super impressive. And let's take a look at what their Q1 looks like. Give me 1 second, boys.
Troy, I'll just tell you right now, Troy would have to win the whole thing to have a shot to get in, because I don't think that, like Cole said, the selection committee, unless you're like an SEC team, they're not going to take a Sun Belt team with 20-some losses or 27 losses, barely 3 or 4 games over 500. It's going to be very difficult to do that. So I think with Troy's case, if you want a 4 or 5 or a 5 team or a 5-bid team in the conference, you're going to have to Troy's going to have to win the whole thing. And as of right now, it looks like they're trying to find a way to blow it as Southern Miss has bases loaded. But
well, Nick, let me take it a step further. Even if Troy would find a way to run the table and win the tournament, that makes us look good because they took 2 or 3 from us. So no matter, and I hear RC on the back line, but I mean, whatever way this plays out, it feels like the 5 teams have protected each other enough to maybe get themselves in. I personally believe, as most of us do, that it's a 4-bid league. But if Troy can find a way, I'm not even going to say to win the tournament, but maybe even get to the championship, they are deservingly in a very serious conversation. They are going to be the bubble team, if anything. But bottom line for us, I mean, this is our podcast. This is about the Cajuns. I think the Cajuns tonight solidified themselves as not even the last 4 in. I think we are safely in regardless of what happens tomorrow. Texas State also deserves to be safely in regardless of what happens tomorrow. The Sun Belt is a 4-bid league. Have you not seen the RPI numbers? It is gaudy for the Sun Belt. And I mean, I'm just so proud of this conference. And because last year, we talked about it a lot. Last year, we were pretty damn bad. The conference was down last year. And this year is a total 180. Very proud of the way we played ball this year. And I would love to take 5, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to be 4. And we just got to wait and see what the outcome is. I mean, 3-2 count, bases loaded. Southern Miss had the dish with 1 out, and they got is that Matt Russo? That's Matt Russo. So we know he can flip a game on his head in one swing. So yeah, we might as well stay live. Look, here's the swing. Chops it to first base foul, but it doesn't matter. I mean, like I said, this is a guy that can turn on one and put the game away with one swing, and we know the kind of program that Southern Miss is. It's just we were focused tonight on the Cajuns. We took care of business. We got out of there with a win, and I'm proud of the coaching staff to have the nuts to bring in Cody Brash to finish it out, because this was the win that we needed to get to the next step in the round of 64. Struck him out. And they struck out. They just struck out Russo. Yeah. 2 outs with the bases loaded now.
I think this is funny. Texas State needs to win the Pac-12 to get in. That's awesome. But real quick, just to go over Texas State's resume, they are 36-22 overall, 9-1 in their last 10, 5 straight wins. Their RPI is now at 39. So since we've been on here, it's gone up 1 because I think they were at 40. Maybe they were 39. I've seen them go up and down since we've been on here. Strength of schedule for them is 35. Q1 wins 6-9. Q2 5-3. Q3 12-8. We got to get 4. We got to get 4 teams in, guys.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And look, we want one other shout out we want to give tonight is Troy University. With everything that's going on these last 2 days with all these doggone rain delays and Mother Nature just raging havoc on Montgomery, shout out to Troy University for opening up their stadium at the last minute, opening up their venue to free admission, and allowing us to play this game to expedite the actual conference tournament. I mean, if it were up to keeping the tournament in Montgomery, we may not get out until selection day to have a champion. So we wanted to give a shout out to Troy University for opening the stadium tonight. And it's nice to see that tomorrow we'll be able to have a game there and play there at 10 o'clock. I'm assuming the team's going to stay in Troy tonight. I hope so. And Texas State will probably have to make the hour bus ride from Montgomery. But that was really nice of them to do that. And I was nervous going in because it's a hitter's ballpark, and that played right into Coastal's hands. But I'm gonna. Nation, Golden Eagle Nation, enjoy this. Enjoy this, Golden Eagle Nation. Hey, Southern Miss, Golden Eagle fans, y'all better enjoy this. This is the one time you'll see us celebrating, y'all. Hey, job well done, Golden Eagle. Golden Eagle Nation, walking off Troy. Great job, guys. Hey, thank you for helping us out. You returned the favor for us after last week, what we did for you. Good win tonight, guys. He crushed it too. Oh, he crushed it.
Listen, Nick, it was an 0-2 pitch. 0-2. What are you doing in 0-2? What are you doing in 0-2? You waste a pitch. You gotta waste a pitch. This dude hung in 0-2 and he's sitting at 500 feet.
Over the train. Over the train.
Oh my God.
Anyway, no, Nick, one more thing, and Bam's behind me, so the credit goes to Bam. Jerry gave credit to Troy for us being able to go to their ballpark, play this game. I want to take it a step further, and I want to thank Jay and Bab once again for doing the call. We actually had the entire game matched up to them. They did a really good job.
Guess what, Cole? You won't have to match it up tomorrow because I think they are doing the broadcast on. Because since we're going to be in Troy,
that would be
doing the broadcast tomorrow.
Phenomenal. That would be phenomenal because listen, no, I want to say no offense to the Sun Belt, but at this point, Nick, it's offense to the Sun Belt. It's a travesty the production that has happened from the Sun Belt. Now, with things being moved to Troy, it's a little bit different because it's an expedited thing, and you kind of have to piece things together. But all weekend long, I've listened to Jay and Bab, and they've done a hell of a job. And Bam wanted to remind me to say one more time, thank you for the job that they did tonight. Really good on the radio. And, man, we enjoy listening. And at this point, it might be a good luck charm because they willed us to a win. And Cody Brash, man, I just keep going to Cody because it was such a gutsy call by Sandy, by Diggs, to just pull the trigger on him, go to him in the ninth after what JR did, after what Herm did, and just say, you know what, we need this win right here, right now to get ourselves into a regional. And they pulled the trigger on him. And guess what? It wasn't pretty. It wasn't his best outing of the year. But we know what Cody Brash is, and we know what Cody Brash does. And he got the job done once again. And boys, for the fifth time tonight, I'm going to say it. The Cajuns are in. It's just a matter of where are we going.
But let's talk about this for a quick second. And I want to give you my thoughts, and then we'll close it out because I know you guys want to party and might go meet you on the patio, depending how late you guys are out. But I will, by the way, first of all, I will be back in Houston tomorrow, so I'll be in the mothership. I will have my whole studio. We'll be able to have a steady internet connection. I won't have to talk about Texas State fans who don't have a freaking podcast. We do this because we choose to and because we're awesome fans. Sorry your fans suck and don't do this stuff. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll be in the mothership tomorrow night. Here is my concern about the selection committee. And it's not about Jeremy McClain, the AD at Southern Miss, because I fully believe he's going to be on our side. I've heard from multiple sources connected to the program that there is serious concern about the chair of the committee, and that is J.R. Teagues with Southeastern. He has gone out of his way to do some things this season, and I don't know all of the specifics of some of the things he's done behind the scenes that he's not a fan of our university, and he's gone out of his way to show that. And that is my concern. And I'm gonna unmute you in a second, but that is my one thing that I'm worried about is that you've got him as the chair. I've heard these things internally, and I want to throw it out there because if we don't get picked with the resume we have, I think there's one person that you pick on that committee if it happens, and that's why I don't want to say it after the fact. I want to say it now, and maybe that's wrong. But that's just, I'm scared to death.
No, you're fine with that. And I appreciate you for speaking up. But what I'm going to say is this, Nick, with McNeese losing tonight to Lamar. Lamar's in. Lamar won the Southland, right? The Cajuns are the only realistic shot of a Louisiana team getting into the regionals, right?
Because we're the best in the boot, baby.
Well, and you could frame it like that, and you should. We should be proud that we are the only Louisiana school that has a chance to get to the round of 64. That is a big deal. But at the end of the day, if you have a a member of a rival school that is hindering you from getting in, which at the end of the day, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that you have to have enough respect and pride in the product that Louisiana has put on the field this year and the resume that they've laid out to say, hey, it's a pretty damn good ball club and they belong in somebody's regional. And I think that's what's going to happen. But I applaud you for stepping up. I mean, you know a lot more behind the scenes than I do. I know you talk to a lot of people and you have a lot of connections. But all I'm saying is that if the University of Louisiana, if the Cajuns are your only chance of going to the round of 64, if you're the only representative from the state of Louisiana that's like in the committee, why are you going to hinder them from being in?
Let me make a comment on that too.
Yeah, go ahead, G.
One other thing too. If this is true, where this is a representative from Southeastern Louisiana University, just remember both UL and Southeastern are both in the same UL system. So the last thing you want to do is the same thing that happened with Louisiana Tech, right? A lot of our fans didn't want Louisiana Tech in the Sun Belt Conference, but at the end of the day, whether it's ULM, whether it's UL or Louisiana Tech, we have to support each other when it comes to situations like this. So if this representative from Southeastern was smart, knowing that Southeastern and UL are in the same UL system, especially when Southeastern needs something, or like such as a vote to help Southeastern's campus or funding or whatever, I don't think there would be any issue, or there should be any issue when it comes to helping us get in a regional, because now you're getting into the world of politics where, people don't forget. People don't forget. There's a reason why it took Louisiana Tech a long time to get into the Sun Belt, longer than they could have. So if they're smart, whoever this is or whatever decision is made, I don't think that it should hinder, like Cole said, our chance of making it to a regional, especially when it comes to these decisions that are being made.
And maybe I'm thinking too much into it. That could be possible, but this is a good, JL asked me, he might want to make a case. What's the case? The case is, hey, you lost to Texas State, at least 4 times, maybe 5 out of 5, maybe 5 out of 6, depending on what happens tomorrow. That's what scares me, is that he says, well, Texas State deserves it more. Sunbelt only gets 3. But then again, he's not the only person on that committee. So, maybe this is just me talking out loud. Some of the things that I've heard has gone down recently, but I just want to get my thoughts out there, boys, and put it out there. And it's here on video. If that does happen, then we have something to look back on and speculate about. Boys, I know y'all want to get back to drinking. I think I've talked enough about this stuff.
Hold on.
But no, I'm gonna let y'all close it out. So we're not done. I'm gonna let you close it out. Go ahead.
We have not talked yet about the offense. And listen, Mike's been saying it, G's been saying it, Bam behind me's been saying it, Big Doug on the side of us has been saying it. As much as we talked about JR and Herm and Brash coming in, the offense, at least early on, man, look, what a job to get out to a 5-0 lead. Now listen, 5-0 leads have not been all that saved this season with this bullpen, unfortunately, but to get out to a 5-0 lead against a top 25 ball club, it doesn't matter that you beat them 3 times prior. To beat Coastal 4 times in a season is a big freaking deal. It reminds me whenever we beat Texas State, 4 or 5 times 3 years ago, and they were red hot, and we just kept beating them and beating them and beating them and beating them. So man, the offense tonight, just great job. And lastly, I'll say this, and I want to go around the horn. I applaud the bench guys, Nick. I really do. The bench guys that have stepped up in such key spots, because we know for the last week and a half to 2 weeks, there's been a lot of injuries. Now, it's been nitpicky injuries, but it's been injuries that have hampered a guy to where he has to come out the game, and then you have to bring in a replacement. And then when the replacement comes in, he shines. I.e. Maddox Mandingo, I'm going to say it like that, comes in and goes 4 for 4. Like that kind of performance. So, just it's such a well-prepared ball club. Like, even the bench guys, like, we've been praising it and preaching it all year long. When you get your number called, perform. And in the biggest stage, they're doing. One more time, I'm going to let these guys give their final thoughts. But, Nick, thank you for putting it on. Thank you once again. And, man, we have a big opportunity in front of us. Even though I think we're in, We have a chance to knock off the Bobcats. Let's just keep this train rolling, baby.
It's fun. It's just fun.
Boys, final thoughts. I see some other guys there. Tell me, close us out.
Hey, we all came to Coles to watch the UL Cajuns. I want all the parents, all the players if they're tuning in, that we all get together. We're all in whenever it comes to UL baseball. And we were cheering them on the whole entire time from the first out to the last out. And these guys went off and won. It was absolutely when we needed them to show up. They put on a show. They hit the ball. They scored when we needed to. They pitched when we needed to. And look, it's fun when we win. It's fun for us because we all get to hang out and party and drink, and we talk about everything they do. It is fun. Congrats to the guys. They absolutely showed up when we absolutely needed it. They have to put us in. Go Cajuns.
Yeah, let me just add to Mike's point as well. You know, look, after last night, this team could have folded. A lot of teams would have folded, especially you're up 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth. You got the game won, and then you get beat. And then you got to come back and turn around and play a Coastal team that's probably licking their chops. They've been here before. And this team found a way to respond and win tonight. This team does not want to go home. They this all season long, even through the middle season slump, this team has still, to this day, does not quit. And that's all you could ask for as a Cajuns fan. You know, we Cajuns, we're proud of being resilient. This baseball team's resilient. What a way to come out tonight swinging early on, getting the job done. Once again, shout out to my man, J.R. Tillett. He needed a night like this, and we may need him in a regional next week. We're going to need him as the season goes on. So job well done to the guys. They didn't quit. They kept it going. They got the win. And let's get out to Texas State tomorrow and play for a shot at making the conference final.
Nick,
What you got, Doug?
I got one more for you, Nick. Scoot over. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Doug After Dark. He ain't gonna get crazy, but he gotta speak some truth.
So, every single person I heard that's saying, oh yeah, we are in after this, I say, fuck that. I say we just go on and fucking beat whoever it is in the damn tournament and win the tournament. Fucking Sun Belt. Let's go! Let's go!
Doug says, let's win the tournament. And he says, let's set it off.
Set it off!
Hey,
let's go!
Turn that down just real quick, guys. Turn the music down real quick. I need y'all to just to do one thing for me as I close this out. I'm going to play a song. I want y'all to break it down to the song, okay?
Okay, here we go.
All right. Like, subscribe, and share. Last shout out is to Destiny. I'm going to clip what happened when you guys hit that Grand Slam, and we're going to play that on Twitter later. You're going to enjoy it. But please, we do this for the fans. We don't do this for ourselves. We do it for you. So please like, share, and subscribe. That really means a lot to us. But for all the boys here, we're going to close it out with a song. I want to see them break it down to this. Let's go, baby. Cajuns win and beat the Chickens.
I don't hear nothing.
I don't hear it.
There's nothing playing. Is it the chicken dance?
Chicken song.
Kill the moment.
Kill that.
Play Boosie.
You know what?
Hey, we're good.
I'm so done. Let me get out of here.
Nick, I love you. Thank you. Nick, again, I love you, bro. Thank you for putting this on every game. I mean, if this is going to be the way that the Cajuns get to Omaha, we're just going to have to keep pushing. I mean, I love you, bro, and thank you for everything you do for Raging Review and for the boys.
All right, give me the song, Doug. We'll close it out with that.
Put on, set it off, Bill. Let's go.
Set it off. Yeah, put it on that. Especially for Texas State, who, by the way, is 0-13 against us in football. And
DJ Dylan Scott.
And play this on their hype video. Yeah.
Get in here, Seth. Send this up, Nick.
There you go. For all the boys, we appreciate you for joining us on Raging Review. Have a good night. Until tomorrow. Go Cajuns!
Cajuns! Go Cajuns, baby!